Good morning, all of you. Now we are going to discuss about the third semester papers. In that, and now I am taking second paper, that is modern organic synthesis. In that modern organic synthesis, there are four topics are there. In first one is asymmetric synthesis, and next one is synthetic strategies, and third one is new synthetic reactions, and fourth one is new techniques and concept in organic synthesis. Okay, shall we move on to first topic, that is asymmetric synthesis. Okay, we are moving for we are moving going. So now we are going to discuss about the asymmetric synthesis. In this topic, first we should know the what is chiral. Okay, I hope that we are all know chiral molecule. Okay, see, first of all we should know the what is chiral. Okay, chiral is nothing but a tetravalent carbon which is directly attached to the four different groups or atoms. That carbon is called chiral carbon, and chiral carbon contain center is called chiral center or asymmetric center. Okay, let's see what is chiral center. This is the tetravalent carbon atom. Okay, this is the tetravalent carbon atom, and which is attached to, see here, which is attached to four different groups or atom. Then that carbon is called chiral carbon, and the center is known as chiral center. The center is known as chiral center or asymmetric center. Okay, the carbon which is attached to four different groups, the carbon is called chiral carbon, and the center is known as chiral center or asymmetric center. And what is, if you are taking, see here, the carbon which contain, it is not a chiral molecule. Why? Because the carbon is attached to two similar groups. What is the chirality condition? The carbon which is attached to four different groups. So that is chiral carbon. That chiral carbon will have a chiral center. It is not a chiral because the two A groups are, these two are similar groups. So it is not a, it's a not a chiral. And that means it is a achiral. Okay, see here, this is also, if all atoms are similar, it is also a chiral molecule. Okay, and another condition is there, chirality condition. This is also very important. You should remember chirality condition. What is the chirality condition? See here, whenever the non-superimposable mirror image non-superimposable mirror image relationship is known as the chirality condition. See here, let's take example. If we are taking our both ends, whenever we taking our both ends, these two ends are mirror images to each other. Whenever the right hand is keep on the left hand, these two are not matching, means non-superimposable. Okay, superimposable nothing but these two are, if you put like this, these two are matching. This is the superimposability condition. Let's see here another example for this, what is superimposable and non-superimposable. If you are taking the letter H, okay, here taking the H letter. If this H letter is the mirror images of this, whenever this H letter keep on this letter, they are two are matching, so it is a superimposable. So superimposable, if superimposability present, it is a achiral. Okay, whenever superimposability present, that molecule becomes achiral. If we are taking another example, B, its mirror images will be like this. Whenever this B, the mirror images of B letter keep on this B letter, so these two are not matching, means this is a chiral objects. Okay, this is a chiral objects. If you are taking another example, C, this is the mirror images of this and if you are keep this one, it will be like this. So these two are not matching. So the letter is also chiral molecule. If you are taking the letter T, the mirror image of this letter T also will be like this. So it is also a chiral. So that means it is a superimposability present. Okay. So chirality, for chirality, here whenever superimposability present, that becomes a chiral molecule. Okay. Whenever superimposability present, then the molecule becomes a chiral. Superimposability absent, that means these are the non-superimposable. Non-superimposable mirror image relationship is chiral molecule. Okay. And chiral molecule optically active. That means whenever the chiral molecule is there, they can be rotate the plane polarized light either clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Whenever the molecule becomes chiral, then the molecule should rotate the plane polarized light, the PPL light. That means plane polarized light will rotate the molecule to the light will be rotated either clockwise direction or in an anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So now we are going to discussing what is asymmetric synthesis. Now we are going to discussing asymmetric synthesis. Asymmetric synthesis is nothing but it generates a one configuration of new stereogenic center by action of chiral reagents or chiral reagents or chiral auxiliaries or solvents acting on heterotropic ligands and phases of the substrate. By saying one example, it will be very clear what is asymmetric synthesis. A reaction which generates a new configuration of new stereogenic center by the action of chiral reagents. Let us take for example, chiral reagents is the bienal. Okay, bienal H. This is the generation of the hydride ion and some solvents. Nothing but there is a nucleophiles are there. By action of the nucleophile, we can get a new stereogenic center by acting on the heterotropic ligands. Heterotropic nothing but anisotropic as well as diastereotropic ligands and phases of the substrate. Let's see one example. It will be very clear. Example, whenever seeing one example for this molecule, it will be very clear. Let's take acetaldehyde molecule. This is the acetaldehyde molecule. Whenever one of the nucleophile will be attacking this molecule, there is a two chances. Okay, one is the nucleophile may be attacking the above phase or the nucleophile will be attacking the below phase. If the nucleophile will be attacking the above phase, I will write the reaction here only. See here. Whenever if the nucleophile will be attacking the above phase. So if the nucleophile will be attacking the above phase, there is a thick line that is the nucleophile and there is a dotted line. The nucleophile will be come here and oxygen moves to here. So there is a dotted line of the OH and here H. Again, if the nucleophile will attack on the below phase, means dotted line. The nucleophile will attack on the below, it will be like this. The nucleophile will be attack on the below phase and the OH will be thick line. So there is a 50-50 chances of the reaction. Okay, 50% or 50%. That means 1:1 ratio. Means it is a front side attack, it's a back side attack. Okay. See once again the example for this acetaldehyde. Whenever the nucleophile will attack on the front side or the above the face, it will be the nucleophile will be above the face means it is a 50%. There is a chances of 50% of front side attack and there is a chances of 50% of back side attack. See here, it generates a new chiral center. See, whenever the molecule become, the carbon is attached to 3 different groups. But see here, When the carbon, this is the carbon atom, right? The carbon which is attached to 4 different groups. See here, there is a nucleophile, there is a OH, there is a H, and there is a CH3. So the carbon which is attached to 4 different groups is known as chiral carbon or chiral carbon. That chiral carbon contain, that center is known as chiral center or asymmetric center. So generation of new asymmetric center by the previous molecule to asymmetric molecule is known as the asymmetric center. Okay, whenever what is the definition of asymmetric center? A configuration which generates a new stereogenic center. See, this is the molecule, it's not have a stereogenic center, but whenever by action of nucleophile or chiral solvents or chiral reagents, by the action of nucleophiles, it generates a new stereogenic center. That means it is a chiral molecule. So this type of synthesis is known as asymmetric synthesis. Okay. For this asymmetric synthesis, now we are going to discussing about prochirality. First we should know prochirality. Now we are going to discussing prochirality. That is prochirality, molecules that are achiral, molecules that are achiral but can be converted to chiral molecule, in a single step. Single step is known as prochiral. Okay, but that means whenever the achiral molecule becomes chiral molecule in single step is known as prochirality. Let's see. For this molecule, it is a prochiral molecule. Why? Because the nucleophile, by attacking the nucleophile by the carbonyl, it will generate it becomes a chiral molecule. So it is a chiral molecule. By the single step, it will be converted into a chiral molecule. So this molecule becomes a prochiral molecule or prochiral molecule. So this molecule is known as the prochiral molecule. For prochiral molecule, there is a prochiral center present. For prochiral molecule, there is a prochiral center which is similar to chiral center. Let's see some example for the prochiral molecules. We know that the ethanol molecule, right? This is the ethanol molecule. Okay, here the hydrogen, let's take this is the HA, this is the dotted line of the HB. This is the ethanol molecule, right? Whenever the HA is replaced by the deuterium, okay, whenever we are replacing the HA by deuterium, this is the deuterium molecule, right? This is the HB and this is OH. So see here, first this is the prochiral molecule. Why? Because the carbon which contain 3 different groups, these two are similar, so it is a prochiral molecule. And this is the prochiral. Whenever the HA is replaced by the deuterium, it will become a chiral molecule. Okay, it will become a chiral. So it is a achiral. Achiral to chiral by single step is known as prochirality or prochirality. In the same way, here HB is replaced by deuterium. What happened? Similar way, here OH is there. If HB is replaced by deuterium, here D and here HA. So this is also a chiral molecule. Let's see the another example. Let's see another example. Acetophenone. Okay, acetophenone, right? This is the acetophenone. By action of the hydride ion, that means there is a nucleophile will be attack on this acetophenone. It will be, there is two chances are there. It will be attack on the front side or it will be attack on the back side. So there is a 50-50 chances are there. So it will be molecule become like this. If the hydride ion will be attack on the above phase, it will be like this. If the hydride ion is attack on the below phase or means backside attacking, the molecule becomes like this. There is a 50-50 chances. So see here, in this first molecule, the carbon which is attached to, this is the molecule, right? The carbon which is attached to three different groups. But whenever we are acting on the nucleophile, that means hydride ion, whenever the hydride ion acting on this carbonyl, it becomes a chiral molecule. So these two are chiral molecule. So achiral becomes chiral in a single step is known as prochiral. Prochiral molecule will have prochiral center. This center is known as prochiral center. Okay. For example, let's take another example for in the same molecule. That means prochirality. These two are biphenyls, right? These two are biphenyls. It will be thick line. It will be dotted line. Okay. For biphenyl allyne molecules, the chirality condition is whenever the two phenyl rings, the ortho positions which are having different substituents. Whenever the ortho positions are different substituents, then only the molecule becomes chiral. But see here, in this molecule, this benzene ring will have two different substituents, but this benzene ring will have the same substituents. That means whenever if we are cutting the molecule, there is a mirror images relationship takes place. That is there is a plane present. Whenever the plane present, then the molecule becomes achiral. Okay, that is optically inactive. In order to, we have to convert this achiral molecule into chiral molecule by replacing the bottom COOH group as NO2. Okay, the COOH group is replaced to NO2, then the molecule becomes, okay, then the molecule becomes, sorry, this is NO2 and here thick line, so that is data line, here data line NO2 and thick line COOH. Okay, this is the achiral molecule, but by replacing the one of the COOH group in bottom ring, it will become a chiral molecule. So this molecule is a prochiral molecule and this is the chiral molecule. Okay, let's see what are the some conditions for chirality for the allynes and biphenyls. Whenever the allynes is there, this is the allyne type molecule. Then the two double bonds are mutually perpendicular to each other. Whenever this carbon and this carbon will have different substitutions, means when this carbon will have the same substitution, then the molecule becomes achiral. So in order to convert this molecule is a chiral, so we have to substitute the substitutions will be different. So this carbon will have one hydrogen, one CH3 group, and this carbon will have one hydrogen, one halogen. So due to these different substitutions, there is an absence of plane. Whenever the plane is present, that molecule becomes achiral. So there is no plane. That's why it is a chiral molecule. In the same way, biphenyls also. See here, this is the biphenyl molecule. Due to the single bond, there is a rotation of the molecule will be takes place. In order to restrict this rotation, there is a substituents present in the ortho positions. This is the ortho position and this is the ortho position, and this are also ortho. This is also ortho position. In order to restrict this rotation, we have to substitute the substituencies. We have to substitute the molecules. Let's take this is A, and this is B, and this is A, and this is B. It is a chiral molecule. But if we are taking the substituencies similar on the same ring, then that molecule becomes achiral. Why? Because whenever if you are putting the plane will be like this, there is a mirror images relationship is there. That's why whenever the plane is present, then the molecule becomes achiral. Okay. If you have to remember only when the ring is present, these two substituents must be different in the different rings. Whenever the same substituent is present, then there is a plane is present. Due to plane of symmetry, there is a then the molecule becomes achiral. So if the molecule becomes, in order to convert the molecule achiral to chiral, then we can take the substituent in the lower ring as the COOH is converted into NO2, then only the molecule becomes chiral. In the prochiral center. Prochiral center is nothing but a center is said to be a prochiral if it can be converted to a chiral center in a single transformation. Okay, a center is said to be a prochiral. It can be converted to a chiral center in a single transformation is known as prochiral center, and prochiral center will have three different groups. Let's see one example for this molecule. If we take the aldehyde group, whenever we are taking the aldehyde group, see this is the prochiral center. Why? Because this is the prochiral molecule, and prochiral molecule will have the prochiral center. This prochiral center will have three different groups. Here one group, here 1, 2 and 3. The prochiral center will have three different groups, and it will be converted as C2H5 Mg in presence of acidic water hydrolysis. It will be like this. Here hydrogen ion will be C2H5, and it will be the OH, and there is a dotted line of H, and there is another chance of this one. Here C2H5, there is the thick line of the hydrogen, and there is a dotted line of the OH. There is a 50-50 chances of also there for this aldehyde group. Okay. Whenever a center is said to be a prochiral, so if it will be said to be a prochiral, and if it can be converted to a chiral center. See here, the carbon which contain 4 different groups, therefore this is the chiral center. Okay. Whenever the prochiral center is set, whenever a center is said to be a prochiral, then it can be converted to a chiral center in a single transformation. In single transformation, the prochiral molecule can be converted into a chiral molecule, and the prochiral molecule will have the prochiral center, and chiral molecule will have the chiral center, and prochiral center has 3 different groups, and chiral center will have 4 different groups. Now pro R and pro S. In the similar way, whenever the chiral molecules are there, there is a R and S configurations are there. In the similar way, whenever the prochiral molecules are there, there is a pro R and pro S, which is similar to RS configurations, right? Let's take some example for this. First of all, what is Pro-R? Pro-R is nothing but an atom or group, an atom or group said to be Pro-R. An atom or group said to be a Pro-R if its replacement by a if it is replacement by a different group then creates a R center, then that is known as Pro-R. In the similar way, an atom or group said to be a Pro-S if its replacement by a different group then creates a R-S center is known as Pro-S. Whenever the pro molecule, if an atom or group is said to be a Pro-R, if its replacement by a different group, then if it creates an R center is known as Pro-R. And similar way, Pro-S means an atom or group said to be a Pro-S if its replacement by a different group then creates a S center. Let's see some example for this molecule. If you are taking the ethanol molecule, okay, let's see here HA and HB. If it is replaced by HA is replaced by deuterium, it will be like this OH and HA. This is deuterium, dotted line HB. Okay. In the same way, HB is replaced by deuterium. Your molecule becomes like this. This is dotted line deuterium and thick line is HA and here OH. If let's take the priorities 1, 2, deuterium is third priority and it will be a clockwise direction, and the fourth priority group is a dotted line, therefore it is a R configuration. So HA is a Pro-R group. Okay, if it creates a R center then it's a HA group is Pro-R. You see similar way, if we are taking 1, 2, 3, it is also clockwise direction, but here the fourth priority group is in the towards you. So this is the thick line. The fourth priority group is away from you, then R, if the configuration is R, that's only R. But here the fourth priority group is in the towards you. So whenever the fourth priority group is towards you, then the configuration becomes inverted. Means if it will be R, then the configuration is inverted. That means it is a S configuration. So here HB is a Pro-S. Okay, an atom or group said to be a Pro-R, it will create the R center. An atom or group said to be a Pro-S, it will create the S center. This is the Pro-R and Pro-S molecules. Okay, if we are taking another example, yeah, HA and this is the HB and this is the SH molecular OH. Any heteroatom will be taking here. This is the amino acid. If HA is replaced by deuterium and if HB is replaced by deuterium, see what happened here. It's OH here and this will be here NH2, and if HA will be replaced by the deuterium. Okay, this is the HB and here SH. So this is the prochiral molecule and it will be converts to a chiral molecule. For this chiral molecule, we are giving the numberings like this: 1 priority is like this, 2, and deuterium is third, and fourth priority on the hydrogen. So it will be a clockwise direction. Whenever these two are in the clockwise direction, then the chiral center is the R configuration. So the HA will be said to be a pro R. Okay. If we are see like this in similar way for this molecule, similar SH, and here the HA will be in the top and deuterium in the below. Okay. If we are giving the priorities in the same way, deuterium is the third priority and this is the fourth priority. See, again it will be a clockwise direction, but here the fourth priority group in the towards you. Whenever the fourth priority group is towards you, there will be a configuration will be inverted. If the fourth priority group is in the away from you, means that is a dotted. If the fourth priority group is in dotted line, then there is no changes. If R is there or S is there, yes. But if the fourth priority group is in towards you, there is a configuration will be inverted. So it is a clockwise direction, that is R. But here if the fourth priority group is in the thick line, that means towards you, so it will be a S configuration. So the HB will be pro S. Okay. Let's see the molecules will having the one pro-chiral center. First one, molecules with or having, molecules with or having one pro-chiral center. Okay. Let's see some example for this. Molecule are having only one pro-chiral center. And see, first you should know the some rules for this molecules. First you should first point select the pro-chiral center in a molecule. First whenever the molecule will be seen, you should be select the which one is pro-chiral center. And second point, write the molecule in Fischer form, in Fischer projection form. Okay. After seeing the molecule, you should write the molecule in Fischer projection form. And next, you should give priorities according to CIP rule, Kahn-Ingold-Prelog rules. Whenever we have to select the molecule, first you have to see the molecule, and after seeing the molecule, we should identify the which one is pro-chiral center, and after that molecule, you should write the molecule in the Fischer form, and then after Fischer form, you should give the priorities according to Kahn-Ingold priority rules. Let's see example. Example is propanoic acid. For this propanoic acid, this is the pro-chiral center, and it will be right in the Fischer form. Okay. Here H, A, here H, B, here COOA, sorry, CH3. First you should identify the pro-chiral center. So this carbon will have the pro-chiral center, and you should give the priorities according to Kahn-Ingold priority rules. So first, this is the first priority, and this is second priority, and after that, if any one molecule will give the third priority. If we are taking for A molecule will have the third priority, then it will be anti-clockwise direction. If it will be anti-clockwise direction, that is the fourth priority group is in horizontal, so it will be a R. Okay. In the same way, HA and HB and CH3, and give the priorities according to Kahn-Ingold Prelog rules. And if we are giving the third priority for this B group, so it will be a clockwise direction. For clockwise direction, the fourth priority group is in horizontal, so it will be a S configuration, that is pro S. Okay, let's see one more example for this molecule. If we are taking the glycerol, okay, this is the prochiral, sorry, if we are taking glycerol molecule, see here, this is the prochiral center, right? If now we are writing this is in the pressure projection form. This is CH2OH, and this is the OH and H, and this is CH2OH. Okay, we are giving the priorities according to CIP rules. One, if we are taking these two are both groups are same, so now we are taking this is the any other group that is if we are taking this is the second group, right? First let's take this the labeling as A and B. Okay, now I am giving the second priority for this A group, then it will be a third priority, and this is the fourth priority, right? So it will be 1, 2, 3, that means anti-clockwise direction. The fourth priority group is in horizontal line, so it is a pro R. Okay, for this group this is a pro R, and in a similar way, CH2OH, and it is OH and H. One, if we are giving for B group, we are giving the second priority, and this is the third priority. This is the clockwise direction, and the fourth priority group is in horizontal line, so it is a pro S molecule. Okay, I hope that we should understand what is pro S and pro R. Okay, whenever the prochiral molecules are there, if the clockwise direction, just similar to R and S configuration, whenever the priorities are in clockwise direction, then the fourth priority group is in vertical line, then clockwise direction, that is R. If the fourth priority group is in horizontal line, clockwise direction, yes, you should remember these two, it will be very easy. Okay, and now we are taking another example. Here let's see. If we are taking another example, that is ethyl methyl malonic acid. If we are taking the ethyl methyl malonic acid, if we are taking COOHC, here this and this, if we are taking, this is the C2H5 group, and this is the CH3. This is the ethyl methyl malonic acid. This is the ethyl methyl malonic acid group. Now this is the prochiral center, right? For prochiral center, after identifying the prochiral center, you should write in Fischer projection form. Okay, we are writing COOH on top and bottom, and C2H5 and CH3. Okay, now we are giving the priorities. If we are taking, if these two groups are similar, so now we are labeling these two groups, right? This is the prochiral molecule. Okay, if A group has the first priority, then second B is the second priority, and this is the third priority, and this is the fourth priority. Okay, according to Kahn-Ingold Prelog rules, now we are giving the priorities like this, and it will be a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 means this is the anti-clockwise direction, or anti-clockwise direction, that is pro R. Okay, for this A group, this is the pro R molecule. For similarly, if we are giving the priorities like this, if now we are giving the priorities for this B group, that is BCOOH group. If we are taking first priority, and it will be second, and it will be third, and this will be last, fourth priority. And now we are taking them in, so it will be a clockwise direction. If it will be a clockwise and the fourth priority group is in horizontal line, so it is a pro S. This is the pro S and pro R configurations. Okay, now we are going to discussing molecules which are having more than one prochiral center. Molecules which are having the more than one prochiral centers. Let's see an example for this. Whenever the molecule which are having the more than one prochiral center, we can easily identify which are the diastereomers and the enantiomers relationship in the molecule. Okay, let's see citric acid example. Citric acid. Okay, example, see the citric acid. Now we are writing the molecule in the Fischer projection formula. That is, there are the three, citric acid will have three prochiral centers. So citric acid, there are three prochiral centers. Here acid group is there. Now we are labeling like this, HA and HB, and this is the acid group. We are taking this acid group and this is the OH group, and here this is the labeling as the HC and HD. It means if we are writing this molecule into, okay, it is CH2 and CH2, there will be a acid group over here and COH here and OH group here. This is the citric acid, and now I am selecting the three prochiral center. This is the one prochiral center, and here is the one prochiral center. This is also one prochiral center. Okay, these three are prochiral centers. Okay, now we are giving the priorities according to Cahn-Ingold-Prelag rules. Okay, for this molecule, now I am taking the priorities for this was first priority, and this whole group is there na. This whole group will give second priority. Now there is two groups are there, that is HA and HB. If now we are giving the HA as the first priority and the fourth priority will be HB. Okay, now 1 2 3, that is clockwise direction. For HA will be a pro clockwise means pro yes. Okay, now in a similar way, now we are giving the first priority for this and second priority for this whole group, and if we are giving the third priority for this molecule, HB molecule, and so the fourth priority group will be HA. So there will be anti-clockwise direction, so it will be a pro R. Okay, is it clear? And a similar way, if we are taking the bottom group of the in the same way, if the first priority for this COOH acid group, if we are taking the second priority for this whole group, upper group, then if we are two groups are there na, HC and HT. If we are taking the first priority as the HC and the fourth, then for last priority becomes HD. If we are taking the molecule like this, it will be a anti-clockwise direction. For anti-clockwise direction, the fourth priority group is in horizontal line, so it will be a pro R. In a similar way, it will be pro S. Why? Because if we taking the molecule like this, this is the first priority and this whole group is the second priority. If we are taking the HD as the third priority, so the molecule becomes clockwise direction, so it will be a pro S molecule. So in this molecule there is a two configurations are there. This is the S and R. That means these are the ligands. If you are taking these HA, HB, HC, HD are the ligands. Okay, this is the ligand configuration. This is the ligand configurations. Now we are taking the group configuration. See here, whenever we are taking the group configuration, see here what is OH and here COH and here CH2OH. This, if you are taking the molecule will be like this. This HA, HB, HC, HD are the ligands configuration. If we are taking now groups configuration, okay, now we are taking the molecule will be like this, and this is the prochiral center. Now we are taking the molecule in this way. If we are taking priorities, This is the first priority. And next, if we are taking this is the second priority. If these two are the same groups, so there is a we have to labeling this A and this is B. If we are group this molecule if we are taking the third priority, then it becomes a fourth priority. So it will be clockwise direction. For clockwise direction, the fourth priority group is in vertical line, so it will be a pro R. Okay, if the fourth priority group is in on vertical line and the direction is clockwise, so it is a pro R. If we are taking for this molecule is the third priority, right? Okay, here we have to take in the same way. If we are taking this is the pro R molecule. If we are taking the molecules in the same way 1 2, if we are giving the fourth third priority for this group, for that means the B group we giving the third priority and the fourth priority becomes this one. If we are giving priorities like this, and it will be a anti-clockwise direction. For anti-clockwise direction, the fourth priority group is in vertical line, so it is a pro yes. Okay, if we are giving for the molecule, if we are giving these HA and HB are the we can taken as the ligand configuration. Now we are taking the groups. Okay, this 2H2 and COOH and this CH2 and COOH are the groups. We are taking this is the group configuration. Okay, this is the ligand configuration. HA and HB, HC and HD are the ligand configuration, and that is ligand description. This is the group description. Next, if we are concluding the both molecule will be at about for ligand configuration and as well as group configuration, we are writing in the same in the single molecule. It will be like this: COOH and 2 3 it will be 3, right? Here HA HB, and this is the COH group, and this is the OH group, and this is the HC, and this is the HD. Okay, for HA molecule, what is the configuration? That is the S configuration. In order to differentiate and ligand configuration and group configuration, now I am putting a square on this group configurations, right? Okay, it will be very easy. So first for HA molecule, that is the yes, the group the ligand configuration is yes. For the group configuration is R. Okay, for HB molecule, the ligand configuration is yes. For group configuration is for this group configuration is R. Okay, in a similar way for HC molecule, for HC group R, that is the group ligand configuration R. For this is the group configuration. This is yes for HD, that is ligand configuration, and yes for group configuration. Okay, for taking the HA molecules, HB, HC and HD. For HA molecule, what is the configuration? That is SR. Okay, that means HSR, SR. And for HB molecule, that is HB, this is the HB, right? That is RR. For HC, that is RS. For HD, that is yes. This is the group configuration. These are the group configuration, and these are the ligand configuration. By seeing the ligands and groups, we can easily identify the enantiomeric relationship as well as diastereotropic relationship. Whenever we are taking HA, HC, if we are C, yes, R, and HC molecule R, yes. Okay, if what is anisotropic relationship? First you should know anisotropic relationship. Now I am going to rub this. First we should know what is anisotropic and diastereotropic. Okay, if you are knowing anisotropic and diastereotropic, it will be very easy to understand this concept. Anisotropic means if we are taking this is the lactic acid is okay. Now we are taking 1, 2, and this is the 3, and sorry, priorities will be 1 and 2 and 3, and this is the fourth priority 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction, the fourth priority group is in horizontal line, so it will be a R configuration. In the same way, its mirror images will be OH and H, 1, 2, 3, clockwise direction, it will be a S configuration. So whenever anisotropic means enantiomers means the chiral centers, all chiral centers are the configuration of all chiral centers are inverted. Okay, enantiomers means the configuration of all chiral centers are inverted, then such molecules are known as enantiomers. If only one configuration is inverted, only one configuration is inverted, then those are diastereomers. Those are diastereomers. See here, for this HA and HC relationship we are seeing this. What is anisotropic relationship? Whenever the all configurations of chiral centers are inverted, then those molecules are said to be enantiomers. If see for this HA and HC relationship, for S configuration is inverted to R and R is inverted to S, means the all chiral center configuration is inverted. So these HA and HC are enantiomers. In the same way, HB, HD. If HB is, what is HB? RR configuration, and HD is SS configuration. If all chiral centers and all chiral center configuration is inverted, that means if it will be R, it will be S. If it is R, it will be S. So all chiral configuration will be inverted. Then this relationship is known as anisotropic relationship, enantiomers or anisotropic relationship. In the same way, if we are seeing the diastereomeric relationship like this, if we are seeing the diastereotropic relationship, HA from HB. If we are taking HA and HB, if HA configuration is S R and HB configuration is R R. See here, in this molecule only one of the chiral center configuration will be changes. Okay, if only one configuration of the chiral center is inverted, then those molecules are said to be a diastereomers or diastereomeric relationship between them, which where HA and HB are diastereomers, and where similarly HA and HD. For HA molecule there is a S R configuration. For HD molecule, HD group, not a molecule, this is the group, right? So for this R configuration will be changes. Only one of the chiral center configuration is inverted. One of the chiral configuration inverted. So there is a relationship between the HA and HB and HA and HB are the diastereotropic relationship. Okay. Next, molecule with chiral center and prochiral center. Okay, we are taking the molecule containing a chiral center as well as a prochiral center. Okay, let's take an example for this molecule. Here COOH group, This is the HA and this is HB and this is the OH and ARH and it will be a COOH group. See here, this is the prochiral center and this is the chiral center. Molecule containing chiral center as well as the prochiral center. Now, if we are taking for this chiral center, there is a configuration. Let's see what is the configuration for this. Here, 1. If we are taking this 2, if we are 3, here the 4 configuration. That means it is a clockwise direction. The fourth priority group is in a vertical line, so it will be a S configuration. For chiral center, that is a S configuration. Okay. For if we are taking the molecule for this, for HA and HB are there now we are taking configuration for this HA and HB. Let's take the first first configuration, first priority, and this group will give second priority. If we are now we are taking a HA is the third priority, and it will be a anti-clockwise direction. For anti-clockwise direction, the fourth priority group is the horizontal, so the H will become the pro R. So then similarly the H will be HB become a pro S. Okay. If we are taking the molecules group is for chiral center as well as the prochiral center configurations. If we are taking what we have see. Now I am taking the chiral center molecule as the circle. This is the for HA, that is sorry, here HB, here HA. Okay, this is the HP for this ligand configuration, that is yes, and this is the chiral configuration of this carbon. That will be, I will take the circle, that is a S configuration. And if you are taking this R, and chiral configuration is yes. So by saying that this configuration of these two, here S and R yes, only one of the chiral configuration will be inverted. So therefore there is a relationship between the HA and HB are the diastereomers. Okay, there is a relationship between HA and HB are there is a diastereomeric relation between them. Okay, this is the pro R and pro S configurations. And some of the molecules will also having the prochiral axis, and in biphenyls and allene molecules they will have the prochiral axis, and if the pro plane is also present, then the molecule becomes active, and there is a pro point also there. When if we are taking the mesotartaric acid, in mesotartaric acid there is a plane as well as if this is the mesotartaric acid, if the mesotartaric acid in written in the Fischer form, if you are writing in Fischer form, it will be a COOH and COOH, and this is the OH and H. It means these are group will be all are meet a one point. So in mesotartaric acid there is a pro point is present, so it will be a active compound. Therefore in allenes and biphenyls there is a pro axis is present, and in mesotartaric acid pro point is present. Okay, this is the pro R and pro S configurations. Thank you.